All right, so welcome back again. Thank you so much for watching, and this is Football Pitch Fans. Thank you for always, liking our videos, commenting and watching. We appreciate you. And today we want to do a review on Arsenal versus Sporting CP. We are quickly going to dive into it. We don't have much time. Just give us like 10 minutes. We'll use these 10 minutes to really dissect and really, tour around how the feeling is like, in the Arsenal camp, and also this game against Sporting CP, how the managers are going to, come out in this game. What's the game plan like? We're going to discuss also injuries concerned. We're going to discuss about the tactics, and we're going to discuss about how the fan base and generally how Arsenal have actually done, this season. Here in the studio with me, I have Alex. How you doing?
Alex is fine. Number one Arsenal fan, the team number one Arsenal fan.
I have John with me. How you feeling today?
I'm trying. I must say I'm trying.
Quickly tell me, Alex, everything happening right now, bottling FC, as they say. How is that viable to you going into this game, knowing that definitely even the players, as they say, yes, we don't look at the media, we know the players actually say the media. So how is it feeling like for you?
Well, I think at this point, my feeling should not actually matter. It's the feeling of the players. But as a fan, I would say that it is very, very disheartening. It's very, very sad. We are playing into the narrative again of being butlers once again. And having that title for 3 seasons in a row, want to have it for the 4th season, is not going well. Sincerely, it's not going well. And you have nobody to blame but ourselves. Sincerely, we have ourselves to blame. We have our coach. We have the players. We have even we, the fans. Everybody's playing their own part. You get in calling us butlers. The narrative is out there, and whether you like it or not, it's going to affect every part of the team. You get, like you said, like you rightly said, the players see these comments. They see the memes made, even
the mockery
everywhere. It's very, very sad. You get, it's very, very sad, and all this is happening because we are not playing well, because we are making the wrong decisions while playing. You get, so I don't even know how to further put this, but I think that narrative will be put to a halt this season. I know it will be put to a halt this season, sincerely. It will. While we have been called butlers, because at the end of the season we don't carry the league. Abi, this season we are definitely carrying the league. By hook or by crook, like I said before, like I've always been saying, by hook or by crook. But you Arsenal players, pick it up, man. You guys should pick it up, because I don't understand. Even if the coach says, Arteta says, play conservative football. Play. It's not Arteta that is playing the ball. It is you that is playing the ball. Play the way you want to. You want to enjoy the ball. Play risky ball. Don't. Yeah, there are times to play conservative football, but haba. At least I know that motivation alone from that meme, from that Man City Chelsea game alone,
give yourself,
from that man where they carry ball to come and the game, they do hand like this.
Shameful.
It's so sad.
That, for me, that one alone should motivate these boys.
You get, like, it was not even our match. It was Man City Chelsea, and yet they still found a way to shade Arsenal in the That's the height. That's the height. So at the moment, I feel like this narrative of being butlers is there, but it doesn't define us.
All right, so quickly, at the end of the game, Arsenal versus Bournemouth, the fans were actually booing the players. And it's really, two-edged side, I would say, if I'm looking at it that way. It's something good, something bad at the same time, because why it's bad, your team is still yet at the top of the table. They are still gapping with 6 points. Game and a half for Man City, not guaranteed yet. You only actually count the points you've actually won. You can't count all the points you've not played yet. So Arsenal topping with 6 points, and yet the fans are booing, the players. Secondly, why it's good on a good light is, if you see something that is wrong, you definitely have to call it out. It's better said, early than when it's too late. You boo these players for them to know that, okay, these are displeasure. We don't actually like what's really going on with the play style. You can lose a football match, but how you lose it matters, says a whole lot. Rather having almost, it's something touches, more than a striker. It's really not nice, and it's something, not good for us to, see these players actually do this at this, integer part of the season. Now, going into this right now, tell me, I really want to understand about this game. Arsenal against Sporting CP, the first leg, we actually saw it how it went. We actually saw that Arsenal, their goal expectation was low compared to that of Sporting CP. How do you have to tell me about this right now going into this game? See that Sporting CP has a good XG more than Arsenal at this part of the season.
For me, I don't think it's about having a better XG or having a better goal chance. I think it's about the quality of the team, both sides being able to put themselves to a contest and who comes out with a better result. So if you ask me, I think Arsenal have their legs in the semi-final already. Yeah, we have one leg in the semi-final. Personally, I see a different Arsenal team in the Champions League compared to the team that plays in the Premier League. The team in the Champions League are more ruthless. They go for what they want. I don't know if there is a different mentality they go into the games with, but I feel like I watch a different Arsenal team play in the Champions League than the team I watch play in the Premier League. You see them take risks, you see them go all out, you see them defend like their life depends on it. And for me, I'm wondering, why don't you bring that same energy to the Premier League and just fight, get a result out of what we're looking for all season? So I think Arsenal have their legs in the semi-final, and I don't have any doubts about the progress for the Champions League semi-finals come the second leg tomorrow. All
right, so quickly, the news actually reaching us right now on the media space is that Declan Rice was not seen in the open training section for Arsenal, which means it's possible doubts for this clash against Sporting CP. Right now, the injuries are coming. On paper, Arsenal actually has a two team that can actually, even qualify or go far in any competition. There are two teams, are strong on paper, I would say. But right now, when it seems like Arsenal needs this squad depth right now, it seems it's vanished. Ødegaard out, Saka out, we are seeing Timber out, integral players in this Arsenal squad right now. So tell me, how has injury, troll affected you? Seeing that the last 3 seasons, it has been the same story. At April, when the season is about to end, you start seeing players going off and on. So tell me, how has this injury concern been for Arsenal this season too?
The injury concern is something that over time you have to know that these players are players that are not used to play multiple competitions in a season. They are just getting used to it. They're just coming into the system of playing multiple competitions in a season. Now, last season, Saka did not have anybody that was subbing him when we were playing Champions League. If Saka was not there, we had who was even playing that side. You have to shuffle, and that's just, I thought I would just
take Martinelli to the right,
find somebody for somewhere. Exactly, you get that, but you can't really blame these players. Sincerely, you can't really blame the players, and you can't really blame the manager. It's just, I think it's just football that is happening to us, sincerely, because you can't say that, okay,
but it's happening consistently. Football happening to us for over 3 seasons now.
If you even want to point, if you want to point fingers at anybody at this point, you point it at the fitness coach or something. Because at this point, I feel like Arteta is doing the right subs when he's supposed to do the right subs. He's resting the right players, the right players.
So what then is the?
I sincerely don't know, man. Like I said, I think it's football.
We can't be having the same. We can't be having the same problem every time in the month of April, particularly. Well, in the month of April. So there should be something wrong.
They said it's the cause of April that is always happening to Arsenal. Arsenal always has this issue when it comes to April. I mean, when the April do finish, more know it's they happen to us. Because I don't even understand. I really do not want a situation whereby I'll have to start saying the same story again. That injury and make us fuck up for Premier League or for Champions League. I don't even want to hear that again. I really don't know why the players are having so much injury, playing constant. If to say these players are playing risky football and they are getting these injuries, I will understand. If person like Madueke, they get injury, say because Madueke they like Chuket for everywhere, they get injury, I will understand. But I don't understand where these niggas always get their own from. They'll get knocks from here, This Rice news now is just, I don't want to believe that it is real. Maybe it's just a tactics to be to use against Sporting in the return leg. Maybe they just let them not just prepare for him or something. But it's not favorable in any way. Sincerely, it is not.
All right. So right now, We've actually said a lot, and I still have to wonder because there is this speculation going on right now against Arsenal that I think after the Carabao Cup, Pep actually exposed the formation Arsenal play, 4-3-3 formation, right? He exposed it with 4-2-4 formation. And against Bournemouth, their coach actually said that, yes, you actually just have to follow what Pep did in the Carabao Cup final, and it's paid dividend. I think Southampton actually did the same thing to really salvage that win against Arsenal and knock Arsenal out from the FA Cup. So tell me right now, seeing that this formation is exposed right now, and Sporting CP in their last game, I think they played a 4-2-3-1 formation. How do you think that team will start adopting that right now to the play style we saw, Pep use against Arsenal? When you have 4 pressing, 2 blocking the midfield, and 4 defending, it feels like Arsenal is stuck. How do you think Arsenal can come out from that?
I think at this point, the job is in the hands of Arteta. You are the coach. You're the one we're talking about here. You are the one who manages this club. You are the one who sets the formation, who gives instruction to these players. So for Pep Guardiola to have mentioned something and another coach is taking advantage of it in the games that you're going into, I think at this point, Arteta has to take responsibility and fix this thing. Fix this thing for us. Come on, like everybody now knows the route you want to take. They know how to press you. They know how to come for you. Now it is your right now as the coach to fix this thing for us. We cannot be suffering from pressing from other clubs, getting defeats here and there. So Arteta has to fix it.
How do you fix it? That's the question. What do you think is going to be the solution? How do you want him to fix it?
This is where Arteta shows whether he is good or not.
Exactly.
This is where Arteta shows whether he's good or not.
Zubimendi has been off his game.
I don't even want to
for a while now. Zubimendi has been off his game.
I know you want to say, okay, maybe players in different positions or something, but I don't think that is it. Arteta can make with our start, with the people we are using to start every match, both Zubimendi, both Eze, both Rice, don't change anything, but change the way they play as a team. They can still field that formation. We've seen people like Pep do this thing. They will field that same formation.
You don't stick,
but they will work.
In my opinion, you don't stick to one pattern or one formation and expect a different result.
No, you can't.
I think Arteta has to do a tweak on this formation. Zubimendi should sit on the bench. Play Rice in central midfield and play Eze and Ødegaard together.
Ødegaard is injured.
Ødegaard is injured, fine. But when Ødegaard returns, do you see him play?
No, I've said it before. Our best midfield pairing ever I've seen, and that was in our match against, I think, Newcastle or so. That midfield pairing of Rice, Eze, and Ødegaard.
No, see,
the way we played,
I think there's more fluidity. Yes, Rice, Ødegaard, and Eze.
The question there is like, I've watched Arsenal game beginning of the season till up to the point of Manchester United, and I think after Manchester United game, that's where everything started crumbling for Arsenal, because we saw Arteta have a tweak in his formation, and it's not about the selection because he's been using the same selection and been getting results. Now the question is, Zubimendi being played as a number 10, that's wrong. Now Declan Rice is more prophilic when you use him as a number 10. He can do box to box for you, quite alright. He can just help out from the midfield, but allow Zubimendi to sit as the 4. Now I know that Zubimendi have actually had issues during big games. He've actually given away goals. Even it was evident against Manchester United, and I feel like it was that Manchester United game that Arteta now sanctioned him and tell him, okay, move up to the upper of the pitch, let the Rice come and sit.
There was a mistake from him.
Yes, it was. So it happens. In big games, you want the Rice to sit, you can bench Zubi and play a pivot, 10 and 8 in Eze and Ødegaard if he's fit, all right? But when it's not big games, I think Zubi is always calm, collected. Play him at that number 4. Let Rice play that number 10 role. He can do box to box for you, because Zubi is not an attacking-minded, midfielder. He's just a DM. So I think this is where the issue is. Arteta has been stubborn, feel like, okay, Zubi have cost me like two huge games. I think it was evident against Liverpool.
He doesn't trust him to put him. Yes, I guess.
I think Man City, he cost a goal against Man City, and he did this against Man U. So this is where Arsenal is getting it wrong. I feel Arteta is just being stubborn, playing Rice, Zubimendi and Eze in that midfield, and the question is, the selection is good, but having Rice to sit whereas Zubi is being pushed up front is really wrong. And this is where, because one selection one tactics can actually spoil the entire gameplay, I would say. Now there is no need having Kai Havertz. There is no business Kai Havertz having this midfield, because For the first season he was signed in, Arteta has been stubborn, head bent on using Kai Havertz, and it was costing Arsenal a lot till he started using him as a false nine. I think Kai Havertz is good when you use him as a false nine. That he has no business rotating between Gyökeres, between Gyökeres and Gabriel Jesus. You have 3 strikers right now. You can play Jesus by the flank if you want, but rotate him and Gyökeres has to be rotated. But having to drop in Kai Havertz, like I watched the game against Bournemouth, it was really shabby. See, look at passes he could have actually give out. He can't. So Havertz to be cancelled from that Arsenal midfield. Have Rice come up front and have Zubi to sit. I think Arsenal game will be good. What do you think?
Of course, guy. Of course. I don't even want to see Havertz. Havertz should be like, maybe when we are winning like 2-0, put Havertz in front, not even with that midfield safe. Don't even come and hold the ball for me. See, I understand maybe Arteta is scared of putting Zubimendi based on his previous flaws, but if you look at the game correctly, Zubimendi, tell him to play a disciplined game. Sincerely, if you even put Ødegaard at that 4, and tell him to play a simple game, on long, I swear our ball will be different. That is the truth about it. We don't need someone that will go and start overdoing. We just need someone to collect the ball, distribute it. Don't take the ball back. Don't take it back. I feel like we should not. This time inverted we were playing before. We should even try and play it again. We should try and play it again. We have the people that can do it. What's his name? Calafiori is very, very attacking minded. Extremely attacking minded. What's his name? Our right back, Ben White. Well, I sincerely don't even want Ben White to go forward. But in this kind of situation, when you have to improvise, let your left back and right back force the attack. Then your 4 sits, cover both sides. When any of them moves, let that 4 go back and cover. If Calafiori moves, what's his name? Zubimendi or Ødegaard, go as you are the one playing the number 4 role, go and cover that position. If the ball comes to midfield, come there while that one is coming back. Football is that simple. But I don't know why Arteta is always trying to. I don't know whether he's claiming to be wiser than the person that taught him. Even the person that taught you, see what O'Reilly is doing for the team now. See what O'Reilly is doing. You don't even know if O'Reilly is a striker or he's a midfielder or he's a left back or a right back. You don't even know. He just turns up everywhere. That was what Luis Kelly was doing for us last season. And now you chose to just change it. This season, he has not even done it at all. Bring it, try it again. It will work. You have a team, good. A very good team, good. The players are very good. Trust them enough to try different things.
I think one of the problems Arteta has is not having the capacity to change the personality of players. You can see what Guardiola is doing with the likes of O'Reilly and Doku and all the rest. A coach should have the ability to change a player's personality, have that player become a better version of themselves, and that is why I think Arteta is not doing right. Because why do you have what's his name? Ødegaard. Why do you have Ødegaard? Why did you sign him? If you can't trust him enough to play him in games, why did you sign him? I've watched Ødegaard play in the FA Cup and in the Carabao Cup a couple of times, and I think this guy, he has composure. He has the level of composure that can withstand the Premier League games. Of course, he has Premier League experience back in playing for Brentford and all. So you should give this boy a little bit of trust. Trust him in games, and let's see what he can make out of those games.
Yeah, I feel like Ødegaard has actually been benched for a long time, and it was evident against Southampton. He didn't play nice. Now, look, the issue for Arsenal is not a DM. Arsenal have a standard 2 DM in Declan Rice and also Zubimendi. They have a strong DM. The issue is how to track it, how to trust Zubi. Trust Zubi, play him in that DM, have Rice go forward, or even, let me tell you something, if Arteta is proactive and someone who is brave, now that Ødegaard is out injured, play Luis Kelly at that midfield. Have Declan Rice seats for him. Play Luis Kelly and Eze in that midfield. Have your Hankapi by the left. This selection is not a gamble because Kelly is actually a midfielder.
When we were playing inverted, everybody could see that Kelly is able to do it.
And now, as a midfielder who actually converted to a defender, he can actually track back. So tracking back is not going to be an issue. You actually prefer Kelly to play in that midfield than Havertz.
That's why I said that inverted should work. That inverted will definitely work. It will definitely work.
So 2 options for me. I'm pointing out for Arsenal. Arteta, either you people use Zubi as number 4, trust him again, have Declan Rice play number 10 with Eze, a pivot 10, have Zubi sit, or you have Skelly and Eze and Declan Rice behind them. Play on Capi, play Calafiori, this can work. Because you cannot play, just as you say, John, you cannot play the same formation and expect different results. If you set up the way you set up against Bournemouth, I'm so sorry. Because team right now watch Arsenal, they learn a lot of things from Arsenal. The corner kick routine, everything, they learn it. So having them seeing Pep do it against Arsenal, they want, okay, this is how Arsenal plays. Arteta has to be innovative. Let him, start to be brave. This is it. The running, get it or break it. That's what it is. Right now, let's proceed further. We've actually spent much of our time right now in this game. Tell me, because we've actually seen Havertz. I think Havertz is the difference in this game. The goal is scored clinical. You see that Havertz is very clinical in front of goal. He gave Chelsea the Champions League. He was the striker, false nine. He has no business in midfield. Now, tell me, what's the expected scoreline going into this game? Seeing that, yes, this game ended 1-0 in the first leg. And right now, we are seeing second leg at the Emirates Stadium. Tell me, what's the expected scoreline, seeing that Viktor Gyökeres is benched, probably because of Man City, I will say. Now, what's the scoreline? Do you expect something huge? Do you expect this game to stretch out? Do you expect Arsenal to pose a surprise to you by being knocked out today?
Though Arsenal is not getting knocked out, for sure. We are not getting knocked out. But I don't see the scoreline being a massive one. I feel like it's either going to be a 2-0 win or a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Being that I don't feel like Arteta is going to change anything in this Champions League game. He's still going to play that conservative football that he plays. He's not going to change any formation. If he does, I'll be very impressed. If he does and it works, I'll be so happy. You get? So, and he should also have it in mind that we need a statement win in this game to go against Man City. Because Man City have done that against Chelsea. Beating Chelsea 3-0 in the Stamford Bridge. That is a statement putting fear to Arsenal. You understand? We need to dominate that game against Sporting. So, but knowing my coach, and I'll just give it to him and say he's still going to play the same way I know him to be playing. So I'll give Arsenal a 2-0 win.
I don't think that game is going to be an easy game for Arsenal. Personally, I think Sporting are going to give us a good test in that game because they have been brilliant so far in the Champions League. I know Arsenal have been brilliant. We have been, the best team, arguably, in the Champions League. But I think Sporting, from what they have done, to get to this point, they will not want to let their efforts go, just like that. I think they are going to give us a good test, but I see Arsenal, progressing to the semi-finals because it has always been like this in the Champions League. Arsenal play differently in the Champions League compared to the Premier. I don't know if it's pressure or whatever, but we have a more fluid Arsenal team play in the Champions League than in the Premier League. So I'm giving it to Arsenal, 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. What do you say you're scoring?
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0.
Yeah.
All right, so Arsenal 2-0 is viable, but I feel like Arsenal is in a condition where they actually put themselves in. Like they use their hand. When God is trying to help you, but you say, no, don't help me. I want to do it the hard way. That's what Arsenal is doing right now because I don't see the reason why. Has it been you won Bournemouth? You won't be in this kind of pressure trying to play this Champions League game having Man City in the back of your head because right now Arsenal is going to this game having Man City in the back of their head personnel wise. They won't want to have injuries and all. So has it been the one Bournemouth? It's been more east, all right? You're gapping with 9 points. You play this game, focus on this game and see yourself through. But right now, one leg into this game and another leg in Man City game, which is really not nice. Seeing that Sporting CP this season, they've actually have history of comebacks. We've actually seen most of good cameos from Sporting CP against Bodo Glimt. They came back in that game, so anything is possible. And this just 1-0 lead, so it's really fragile. And Arsenal fans, I hope you can actually start watching out if Arteta can actually come out and say, bring in your lunch, bring in your shin pad, bring in your boot, because when you hear that statement, something really devilish.
I go bite out when you try to talk against Bournemouth, go collect.
That something devilish is about to happen. A surprise is poised, to be imminent if Arteta should come out and say, let the stadium be packed, back in the fans, bring in your shin pad, play the ball with us and all. But let's see what this game actually brings. For me, I feel Arsenal will go into this game having Man City in the back of their head, which means there's not going to be goal. They want to score at least one goal and try to play their normal conservative football, back to Raya, back four and all. So I'm seeing this game, Arsenal to progress. I'm seeing a 1-1 or a 1-0 to Arsenal. But that's our thoughts on this game. Let's hear from the comment section what you think the scoreline is. Comments, let's read it. We'll read all your comments and we'll actually see what your comments are about this game. For everything we talked about here, I was happy to be joined by Alex. Are you feeling again?
I'm feeling good. No,
what's the last word for the Gunners?
Win this game. Meton I no fire now. I don't talk my own finish.
Then stay with me. I have your elbow, John. How you feeling? What's your last word for the Gunners?
I don't have anything to say. Just win the Champions League game. Get yourself in the semi-final and I'm good.
All right, so right now Arsenal have one job to do tonight, and that is to get themselves, to the Champions League semi-final. Would they do it is a question, or would they crash out is another question. But yes, it's what it is. It's looking up promising for Arsenal because Arsenal right now have the advantage. They are playing at home and actually won the first leg tie, but yet anything is possible. Thank you so much for watching, even up to this moment. Your humble host, Benny Lean. Thank you. Do well to share, subscribe so that more people who actually want to see our video can actually see this video by your engagement. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one.